Hi everyone, I'm Janet Robin, and in today's lesson I'm going to show you how to use harmonics. And I think they can be used in very musical ways, unique ways, and kind of like a punctuation mark, parts of a song. It can actually define a song. You can use them at the beginning of a song as an intro or at the end, kind of like what I did in that last little piece. So basically, you know, the theory behind the harmonic sound is you're kind of getting this, I guess, sort of reverberation coming from touching the string very lightly, and it's sort of, you know, banking off the metal bar. So the fact is that you can't really get a good harmonic, you know, in the middle of the fret. You need to be on the bar. Now there are specific places on the fretboard that are better than others, meaning the harmonics are louder and they're easier to nail, you know, and they often sound better. But the first thing I want to talk about is the touch, okay? Very important. You can use any finger. I find that my middle finger is the best one just because I have more control over it. It's also in the middle of the hand. You can use, you know, your ring finger. I don't know, I just got used to using my middle finger. So let's just take it here. I'm on the 7th fret, okay, and it's the second bar of the 7th fret, right? And the harmonics are on each string. So you have choices now of separate notes or the whole, you know, all strings, or just half down here, or, right? There is a difference. It's very slight, but you can hear it, right? So the touch is very, very featherweight, because if you put any pressure on the string touching the bar, you're not, the harmonic, they'll sort of still be there, but you're not going to get a more airy sound, which is kind of what you want. And that's why we also pull it away really quick so that that note rings out. Right? Rather than to, you can do that, but you're going to mute the note. Okay? So it's really feather weight on the skin, basically, of your finger. So I suggest trying it first on the 7th fret. The other good place, that one's a little, there it is. The other good place is the 12th fret, okay, all the way up here. All right, super cool sounding. Again, very featherweight. It's basic. It's like the harmonic note of the actual note. And that, you know, really is in the E area, because that's an E. When you press here, that's an E. So if you're wondering what chord it is, you can know what it is by pressing like here. That's a B area. Sometimes it matters depending on what your chord progression is. But really, the harmonics are all over the fretboard, but see, some are better than others. So you kind of have to experiment. Now, some people I've seen, they've made like an entire song out of just harmonics. And it can be cool. You just have to really be choosy about your notes. The way I like to use it is just as an accent, right? Or an ending. It kind of puts, like I said earlier, a punctuation mark at the end, you know. And I know that's an E, you know, like in the E family, but it still sounds good. Or not as much of a resolve as it is down here. Again, there are other places, right? So you can kind of experiment and see where they all are, and you can use them as you wish. If you overuse it, then it just becomes a little bit of a shtick, you know, and like I said, I have heard songs where it's all harmonic, and it can be cool if it's used, I guess, creatively. Otherwise, it's something, like I've mentioned, you want to just use sparingly, you know, as like an accent, unless you're using it as a part of the song. There's an old classic rock song called Roundabout by a band called Yes, and they have, right, something like that. So that's an example of where it was used, like it's part of the song. Like the minute you hear that, you realize, oh, it's that song. So again, you can use it as an intro, and it can become part of the song, or ending, or as an accent. One more thing I want to tell you about using harmonics. There's another cool thing you can do, and it relates to moving your guitar and giving it a little bit of a tremolo sound. So check this out. So if you're playing, okay, that's achieved by pushing lightly the top bout of your acoustic guitar inward and pushing the neck out and giving it a little shake. And those, you know, this technique in combination with the harmonic is really cool. Now, you're not going to break the guitar. Of course, you don't want to really push it hard and push in, and yeah, you know, you might, well, you might mess up the setup a little, but it's just a light little, you know, push and pull thing. But you can't really get it if you just do that. You have to actually hold the top in while you're pushing it. So you get this like opposite thing going on. And it just like rings, makes the harmonic ring even more, and you get like this cool tremolo sound. I use it all the time. Plus it looks cool. So, you know, that was an example of where I was using it as, you know, part of the song or an intro. So experiment with the harmonics. Remember, it's all about the featherweight touch. Do not press down on the string, and you must be right in the middle of the fret. Well, you've got to be right over the bar, the fret bar, and then also pulling it away so the note can ring. I hope you enjoyed this special lesson about harmonics and utilizing it. So experiment, like I mentioned, have fun, and I'll see you at the next one.